So we're going to take a look at reviewing some equation solving skills um, from previous courses. Okay, so we're just going to go through each of these examples, solve through them, and show detailed work for each one. So when we're solving an equation, generally speaking, we want to look at both sides and simplify them as much as possible first. So that's going to be sort of our first step, is simplify wherever we can. This often involves distributing or combining like terms. So in this first problem, I don't have anything to simplify on either side. There's no distribution, there's no combining like terms. So after that, we can start solving. So generally what we want to do next is to move all of our variables to one side. So we want to move variables to one side. Okay, doesn't matter which side. Tradition puts it on the left, but you can go either way. So in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides here, right? So we're using opposite operations. This was a positive 4x. It's attached to something with addition or subtraction. So the inverse operation of addition is subtraction. So that's going to cancel to 0 on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side, we're going to be left with 2x minus 7 equals 5. Now, when you're doing this on your own, please do make sure to show your work so that if there's ever an error, I can help find it. Okay, so once we have all of our variables to one side, we can start, this is 3, isolating that variable. Or in other words, get it by itself. Is what we're going to be doing here. So we generally speaking move kind of from the outside in. So furthest away from the variable, then closer to the variable. Or we also can think inverse PEMDAS. So starting with addition or subtraction. So I'm going to start by adding the 7 to both sides. We'll find that 2x equals 12. Then we'll go ahead and divide both sides by 2 to find that x equals 6 for our final answer there. So we're just going to continue moving on through. So number 2, I'm going to simplify first. So we have 5x minus 12, and on the right-hand side, I can combine these two terms. So 6x minus x. So we're going to have 8 plus 5x. Now I can go ahead and move all my variables to one side. Again, doesn't matter which side. So subtracting 5x, subtracting 5x. Now something unique happens here, because on the right-hand side, that cancels to 0. On the left-hand side, that also cancels to 0. And we're left with negative 12 equals 8. Now, that's not a true statement, right? Negative 12 does not equal 8. So I'm going to put a little slash there and say that this is not true, or this is false. Whenever this happens, this is telling us that there are no solutions to this equation. No solutions. So basically, no matter what number I would pick for x, if I would substitute it in, none of them will work. So let's keep moving on. Again, we're going to simplify. So in this one, that means we're going to distribute. So we're going to have 21 minus 6x equals 27 minus 8x. Group all of our x's to one side. Okay, I like to go to the left. If you want to go to the right, that's fine. So we're going to add 8x to both sides. And we're going to get 21 plus 2x equals 27. All right, so now our x is isolated, or excuse me, our x's are all on one side. Our variable is all on one side. So now I'm going to start isolating. So I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. Okay, I get 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2 to get that x equals 3. Okay, next problem. So we have more simplification to do here, right? We have a distribution on the left, 4n minus 12, and we have a combining like terms on the right. So negative, or 6n plus negative 2n, or 6n minus 2n, is 4n minus 12 there. Okay, let's move all of our variables to one side. So I'm going to subtract 4n from both sides. All right, and we're going to get this thing where our variables cancel to 0 on both sides. But this time we get negative 12 equals negative 12, which is true, always true. So what this tells me is that every number that I could pick, every real number that I could pick, 2, 0.5, 97, anything, if I substitute that in for n, I'm going to end up with a true statement similar to negative 12 equals negative 12. So this tells me that all real numbers are in our solution set here. So all real numbers are going to be solutions to this problem. Okay. All right, last one. So we need to combine like terms, it looks like, on both sides. 3x plus 7x is 10x, and then we have that minus 6. X plus 5x is 6x. I'm going to group all my x's onto the left-hand side here. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. That gives me a 4x minus 6 equals 22. Add 6 to both sides. Get 4x equals 28. And then divide both sides by 4 to end up with x equals 7.